hear so often about treating others as we want to be treated ourselves and about leading with love. I mean, certainly I talk a lot about that, but I also understand that, people are feeling really angry and activated now. So I wanted to spend a little bit of time talking about why it matters to you specifically, why it really is important to lead with love, right? And the best way I can think to do that is to explain to you what happens energetically to you when you are moving from a place of revenge or cancel culture or judgment. And Lord knows, I mean, you know me, I understand that there is a lot to judge. I, just like you, are seeking justice for many things and want justice for many things. But justice is not where I'm sourcing my peace. Justice will be great if it happens. I want it to happen, but whether it happens or not, that doesn't affect my peace. And that's a very different energy to come to justice with, right? But as even just recently, all the boycotts have been happening and I've made some videos about it. Here's the thing. When you are expressing hate towards someone, blackballing someone, canceling someone, seeking revenge on someone, even if you're quote unquote justified, even if there are good reasons for it, what is happening inside you in order to be in the energy of those feelings of wanting justice and anger and retribution, and it's not fair, and all of the energy of the feelings that come up with that, in order to take those actions or speak those words or write those words, your system has to be in the energetic frequency of those words to do it. That's what you're creating, right? So you are not only putting that energy onto someone else who maybe quote unquote deserves it, right? Because they've done something to you or hurt you, or they are doing something to hurt others, or whatever it is, right? Of course, you're hurting them. You know that. But do you know that you're also hurting yourself? Because in order to hurt that other person, your body and your energetic system of your body has to be in the energetic frequency of he, she, they who is hurting. You hurting someone else, that is. You are now in the energetic frequency of vengefulness, anger, fury, right? You're in the energy of those emotional states in order to take those actions. And when you are in the energy or in the frequency of those emotional states, you are actually moving your physical body into those energetic states, which causes cardiovascular constriction, inflammation, other physical problems. But even on the manifestation level, on the spiritual level, you are now holding the energetic frequency of anger, resentment, frustration, revenge. You're holding the energetic frequency of that. And the reality each of us is creating and manifesting 24/7, whether we're aware of it or not, is always a reality that matches our energetic frequency. That's actually the secret behind the secret, right? That what we are manifesting in the world around us is a reflection not of who we are, but what we are, what emotional, energetic state our body is holding consciously and unconsciously. Right? So when you are living from a place of anger, resentment, fury, justice seeking, that big energy of anger, it's not that we don't need anger to create change, but when you are trying to harm others, destroy others, boycott others. This is what we mean when we say what you do to others, you're also doing to yourself. This is what we mean when we say we are all one, because we really are. What you do to someone else, in order to do it, your body moves into the frequency of what you're doing. And then that is the energy that you are putting out into the quantum field, and manifesting is going to be reflected back to you, right? In some way. I'm not saying that if you do something horrible to someone else that you can be guaranteed something horrible is going to happen to you. I'm not even talking about karma here. I'm talking about that it harms your reality. It harms the reality you're manifesting. It is not going to be reflected well. In one way or another, you are accidentally creating more experiences of frustration, anger, and resentment when you are living from and acting from frustration, anger, and resentment. Now, you may ask, okay, well, so then what do we do about all the crazy shit in the world and all the injustices? And I feel very strong strongly that, a woman is a woman and and Dylan Mulvaney is, affecting my womanhood and this isn't okay. And I have every right to boycott Budweiser or boycott Nike. Yes, you do. And you should. That's America, right? And I'm not even saying you can't boycott. Like, that's your right. And I'm not going to argue with you about your beliefs. Do whatever you want. But it's the energy with which you're doing it, right? So one person who boycotts Nike because they have Dylan Mulvaney as a spokesperson, because they believe that transgender is bullshit or wrong or whatever their story is, right? And I'm not saying this is my story at all. It's not, but I'm just speaking for those whose story it is, right? One group of people who feel that way would be like, okay, well, this isn't cool with me. And I've always been a fan of Nike, but I'm going to vote with my pocketbook. And you're peaceful about it. You realize you're not wishing Dylan Mulvaney ill. You're not thinking that he deserves to die or is the bane of society's existence. You're not filled with anger or resentment or fury at Dylan Mulvaney or at Nike, right? You're just like, no, this is gross and it's not for me and I'm not going to participate, right? That's a very different energy. So when you're in the energy of fury and anger and resentment and you're from that place, you are accidentally going to create more experiences in your life and realities in your life that are going to create those feelings, because now you are a frequency match for anger and resentment and fury and revenge, right? So that ain't going to be fun for you. Now, if you can be in a place of peace and acceptance and recognize that whatever's going on with Dylan Mulvaney, they're human too, and they're a soul, and we're all one soul, and we're all affecting each other. And it's none of my business how this person decides to live their life. And I'm going to be in flow about it. I'm not going to let it affect my peace. I'm going to go into myself and maybe work with some of the resistance or the negative stories or the trauma stories that I have related to this. I'm not going to bypass my beliefs, but I'm not going to stay stuck in places of anger, resentment, and control and fury. Then you're actually moving in not only in integrity with yourself, but you're holding a more peaceful frequency. You're holding a frequency of courageousness and clarity and hopefulness and peace. That's a very different energy. And it is the energy with which you can take tremendous action. You can create tremendous social change, but trying to create social change from a low frequency, destructive, energetic place not only hurts everyone else and whoever you're intending to hurt, it hurts you. So please remember that. Please, 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 if not for everyone else's sake, for your sake, lead with love.